Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here. We had time for some doctor news. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on some level, but not really tonight. There wasn't really much news to talk about. Matter of fact, I was even considering us not doing a video tonight, or even an audio, because nothing really relevantly new. I know the Doctor Who Festival cranks up tomorrow, and I'm wondering if we're going to get some, cool announcements over the weekend. You never know with these things. You never know what they're going to spring on you at the last second. So, had to keep our eyes open, our ears, eyes peeled, our ears open, and just, listen up and see if they could pop up with anything interesting, during, the festival over the weekend. Plus I have an outrageous fan theory, but I'm going to save that for the end, or, about our outrageous, plot theory, regarding Heaven Sent. So I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So here we go. Let's get to what little I do have, tiny bit. Not much, so this won't take a second. Okay, Heaven Sent. Now, we've already done the official synopsis, but the main reason I brought this article up is this one will be airing on the 20th of November, and it's been set for 8:05 to 9 p.m. So if they hold to that, that means it's going to be roughly a 55-minute episode, so just short of an hour. We've already read this, so I ain't going to go through that again. But it's looking interesting, the setup and whatnot. If this appears to be a shot from, Heaven Sent, and some folks said it kind of reminded them of the cloister room in the TARDIS from Legopolis, and I thought, it does kind of, but I don't think it is. But you never know. Okay, Sleep No More hints and teasers. Let's run through them real quick. Opening line we've already seen in the trailers or one of the clips. You must not watch this. Next, it may be gone, but if you need it spelling out, it can still be found. Do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Pay attention to those survival ratings. Not just pirates, space pirates. Another great future, and I love how the italicized great event is mentioned, but one with the Doctor is familiar with. Quote, she's a grunt Clara, but they're bred in hatcheries. Have a copy of Hyde handy. Here's a little scene that may remind you of something. Even I sleep. Listen's nursery rhyme may prove to be an eye-opener here. Chief Nourisher in Life's Great Feast, and ONUX7BS2QA, whatever that is. So if you want to figure that out, boom, here it is. Okay, Face the Raven cast list is for this week's semi-episode, and if you want to see who's in it, blah, 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 here they are. Remember Face the Raven? Well, they're at 8:10 p.m. All right, moving on. David Tennant is on the Jonathan Ross show. If you're interested in this, I think he was primarily talking about his upcoming role in Jessica Jones. Plus, we got to laugh because he does talk a wee bit in a way about Doctor Who. About, of course, yesterday he found out she found Matt Smith, and he's her favorite. They're fickle. And of course, he's talking about one of his children, his daughter, who's up to that point apparently he was her favorite Doctor, whatnot, and now it's Matt Smith. So. Got a laugh out of that. But if you want to read the whole thing for yourself, boom, here it is. And, take a look at it. Chances are you can probably find a clip of it somewhere. I'd check like YouTube or whatnot. And lastly, this one. All right, first it was Matt Smith. Now it's Peter Capaldi. Apparently there's an injury that you can only get if you're the Doctor. Okay, the Doctor gave me this list of things I couldn't do. Crouch, jump, or run. Well, I said I have to do those things. I'm Doctor Who is basically the job description. Now, being the Doctor is a dangerous business, one full of dodging Daleks, conquering Cybermen, and running, lots of running. And as it turns out, it isn't much safer for the guy playing him either. Capaldi, the 12th Doctor knows this. The actor is currently depending on a walking stick, having had keyhole surgery on his knee a few weeks ago. The best thing, it's an injury that seems specifically linked to being the Doctor. He goes, quote, I have the exact same injury that Matt Smith did. When I first met Matt, he was on crutches, and I asked, what happened to you? And he said, this show, mate. And turns out we have exactly the same thing. It's a tear of the meniscus of the knee in the knee, which holds the knee together. I think it's something that happens when you run down corridors and suddenly pivot at the end, end quote. Now, he's not wrong. The meniscus is a piece of shock-absorbing cartilage between the knee bones, one that stabilizes the joint and protects the bones from wear and tear. Now, tearing is common in contact sports like football, which require you change direction suddenly when running, a skill very much needed when being chased by monsters. Quote, the doctor, a real medical doctor, gave me a list of things I couldn't do, and we already read that. But luckily for us in the universe, he is recovering. Quote, it's just keyhole surgery, but we couldn't get it done until we finished filming. That's why I have a walking stick. but I was in crutches a couple weeks ago, so it's not too bad. So don't worry about it. He's going to be fine for any filming coming up. Okay. Now, my outrageous fan theory, I call it my outrageous fan theory because only a fanboy could have probably came up with this, and it's probably a long shot. So please don't take it to bank. No, don't take it to heart. But we've known the guys to play on words before, and we know in Heaven Sent it's going to be a one-hander with Capaldi and, of course, a monster known as the Veil coming after him. And one of the things they kept talking about, especially Stephen Moffat, was something about having to do with the show's mythology and also about the fact that, you're going to see an off the rails, mad, blah, blah, doctor. Well, what if the thing following him is the doctor's own dark side? What if this is, just a, manifestation of that? And then I thought, the Veil. Maybe not VEIL, but what if it's VALE? As in Valyard? I don't think they do that, to be honest with you. No, I'm not saying Michael Jason's going to come flying out of the screen saying, look at me, it's me, I'm back again. No, it's not going to happen. But I just thought it was an interesting choice on a little play on words. But like I said, if it happens, I'll actually crap my pants. Okay, until next time, everybody take care, ta-ta, enjoy the rest of your week. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.